Start off your overall thoughts from the game out there.
Well, it was another, hard-fought game, tight game. I don't think we were as good. Part of that, you have to give them credit. They were really sharp off the start. Really hard, aggressive forecheck, and I thought we would love to handle that a bit better. They were able to hem us in a few times and create chances off turnovers. But I think at different times during the game, we had our moments and certainly had the lead. Ideally, we find a way to close it out. I think we've done that pretty consistently lately. But again, give them credit. They found a way to come up with some big plays, and we know going into Wednesday we're going to have to be better, and we will.
You mentioned a lot coming into this series. Good few games to fine-tune some of the details getting into the playoffs against a high-caliber team. Through 3 games, would you say that was a bit of a success, or do you need to check the footage a bit more first?
Yeah, no question. I mean, it was great preparation for us, and I think our group understands how we have to play to have success, and we didn't quite reach that level today, but the guys care. They're playing hard, and we're right there. So now there's really, we're not going to spend much time on this game now. It's going to be looking forward to Wednesday and preparing, and the guys will have a day off tomorrow, and we'll have 2 really good days of preparation, and away we go.
Max Sasson gets his first AHL goal. Just any thoughts on the bit of time you spent with him so far in these last few weeks?
Yeah, he's done well. I think he's you can see his comfort level growing each game. Thought maybe tonight wasn't quite as good as the past few, but at the same time it's a big jump and it's a high level for him, and I think playing the center position too, and he's played a decent amount of minutes, so it's a challenge for him. So now he's got a couple days to regroup, and nice for him to get that goal. Probably takes a little bit of it's a nice feeling to get that out of the way, and now it's all about advancing the playoffs.
Talking about those playoffs, the team that eliminated the Abbotsford Canucks last year, Bakersfield, is who you're going to get. You guys get to host them. How's the feeling you think from the room about getting a little bit of revenge from last year?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's certainly a few guys who were here, and whenever you play a team in the playoffs, you don't forget, whether you win or whether you lose, especially if you lose. So certainly it'll be, guys will be ready, and obviously it's nice to play at home. We've been really good here, and that's great for us. But again, it's all about the preparation now. We got to make use of these couple days and be ready to go from the start.
Full season in the books for you now. Fan appreciation night. What do you think about the fans tonight and just all season long here embracing you as the new coach and just yourself with the community, I guess?
Yeah, well, it's been excellent. I mean, it's fun atmosphere. You can tell. Like, obviously I live here, and the kids go to school here and involved in the community, and so you feel the people care, and it's pretty fun to be part of that. And I think you notice it when you walk into the rink come game time. Like, it matters to people, and as a player, as a coach, you really appreciate that. So obviously to make the playoffs and have a chance to play big games, and I expect it to be an excellent atmosphere, is kind of as good as it gets.
With Archdeep Baines, Jet Wu, just kind of end of the season, mixing up the lineup a little bit with those guys being out, no injury?
Yeah, I think we're pretty healthy, and so we had the chance to give a couple guys a night off. We didn't want to do like a full rotation and sit out a bunch of guys, because I think part of, like, we like where our game is at. We have built some momentum, so we didn't want to lose that, especially at home, and they're an excellent team that was playing for first place. So we didn't want to do too much rotation, but we're able to get a few guys some rest, and hopefully that'll help us going forward.
With Philip Johansen, he's here, he skated Wednesday. Do you know anything at this point for him to get in the lineup or not?
Well, he took an optional skate after flying across the ocean, so it was good to see him. And we'll try to get him going, get him up to speed, get him to understand how we're going to play. We'll see about when he's going to get in, but obviously he's played a big role on a big club in an excellent league. So he'll be a nice addition to our group, and he'll get his chance at some point. I would be surprised if he didn't.
Yeah, we saw Neal Huglander kind of do that in the bubble year. He was playing SHL, like playing games, jumped into the season, and kind of had to step up on everyone. With Philip, he's like playing 24 minutes a night in SHL playoffs. I think that gives him a little bit of a head start, even though you mentioned he's got to come across the ocean, I guess, to kind of get into playoff action.
Well, he's been playing an excellent level this year, and so that'll it shows where he's at. We got a group that's battled tooth and nail to get in, and certainly I feel like he can be part of it. We'll see how it plays out.
What have you seen from Bakersfield during your matchups against them this year?
Well, we played them, the second game of the season, and then we played them at home in November for 2, and then we played them once, I think in, March maybe. So we haven't seen them that much, but obviously, watched some video, and they got a veteran team. They have some young guys sprinkled in there, but they know how to play. Obviously, a lot of guys with playoff experience that were part of the series last year. So I think we got a lot of respect for the challenge that they're going to be, and ultimately we're going to want to dictate things being at home. That's how we want to do it. It's up to us to prepare come puck drop to be ready to take the initiative.
And tonight we were scoreboard watching like crazy to see what was happening in the other games and how the standings were going to shake out. How much do you guys sort of allow that information to seep onto the bench? Do you know? Do the players know? How does that work?
Definitely not on the bench. Maybe there was some awareness between periods, but again, like stuff you can't control, I'm not sure it's not worth putting much energy into it. We were trying to win the game, trying to have a good performance, setting ourselves up to be ready for Wednesday, and that was basically it as far as where our focus was.
Have you ever coached a best of 3 playoff series before?
I don't think so. Best of 5.
It seems like kind of a strange
best of 5, best of 7. Yeah, I don't think I've done a best of 3. I'd have to think about that. But yeah, there's not much margin for error. That's for sure. We want to have a good start. Having all 3 at home is certainly an advantage, but I think if you win the first game, that's the biggest thing. So certainly we're going to be zeroed in on that.
Neal Klingvich gets to 17 goals on the season. Nice little jump from what he did last year, 4 goals in a row. The offensive stuff that he scored that goal, and what did you like from the goal, and what have you liked from him on this 4-game goal scoring streak?
Yeah, well, you can see he's got some confidence back as far as his finishing, and it's a great weapon for our group to have when he does get a chance that he finishes. He's done a nice job in the power play here of late, and it's nice to see, and the level's going to go up here. So I think it was a great sign playing against an excellent team, how he performed here, and he's just got to keep going.
And last year he had a moment actually in the final game of the season where it was something like an outburst on a play where he made a mistake defensively. Kind of had a similar thing tonight, but I don't know, it felt a little different because it felt like that one was on him instead of more of just like he was attacking the guy, but he was in the right position. And it feels like it was a little bit different than last year. How do you look at something like that as a teaching moment for him?
Yeah, I can't speak to last year, but mistakes will be made, and that's obviously, there's going to be mistakes. I think not just him, the whole group tonight. I didn't think we were as in control of our emotions. I didn't think we responded to some adversity that happened tonight the way I'd like our group to respond. And so obviously we talked about that, and it can't happen again. I mean, we got to be on an even keel. In playoffs, you can't get too high, you can't get too low. You just get worried, get prepared for your next shift, and put enough good shifts together, and you'll be in a position to succeed.
I thought this game was interesting in that there were some real physical segments, especially in the first period, and then the second kind of opened up and we saw odd man rushes and some real pace and skating. Does it give you confidence that your team can sort of adapt and play those different ways, or is there something that you'd like to see them sort of as their calling card?
Well, we know our identity. I mean, we're a hardworking, hard forechecking North team. And when we do that, we're really hard to play against. And, I think tonight we didn't move the puck as quickly as we'd like. We didn't advance it as cleanly as we have in the previous games, and so we ended up defending more. And again, understanding that part of that's how they play. And so, we just on to the next one.